Okay, it is book news time. Magda, do you want to get us started?
I do. So this one is mostly for my Austin locals. So I'm sure as many of you guys know, we have this Austin Public Library bookstore that is called Recycle Reads, where they normally sell everything under $2. So it's pretty much books, videos, CDs, music, games, everything under $2. Things that are just kind of have seen better days, so they kind of go and put it out for sale for the public. So it's more like a public service, really. But it looks like they're going to be closing down their central location here in Austin just due to some city budget cuts. By them being able to close this down, it's going to save us about $107,000 a year in our budget, which doesn't seem
That's
that
not very much. That seems extremely negligible.
It seems so sad.
Yeah.
But they're still kind of waiting to see if it gets approved or not. The good news is what they're planning on doing is expanding that service to all of the local libraries. So each of the branches that you go to, there's going to be a section where you're going to be able to buy a lot of these items. So it's not going to be fully centralized, but they're hoping to be able to continue offering this type of service, which, by the way, is super cool.
I love that service.
I know.
I remember on Independent Bookstore, it was the book trail.
Yes.
That we did. We saw a bunch of families like bringing their kids into the store, and it was so cool because you could just be like, okay, go kid. Like everything's $1. So they can kind of go wild in there and it's not crazy.
It's such a great idea. Yeah. It's like, okay, here's your little bag and then just get in as much stuff as you can fit, and it's probably gonna be like $10.
Right, exactly, yeah.
Yeah, super cool. But then I do have some really good news for you. So bookshop.org reported a 65% year-over-year growth, which, yay, it's so amazing.
Telling of where we're at right now. People want to read.
And if you guys don't know, bookshop.org, like their main business plan is that they do donate 10% of their profits that go back to independent bookstores. So we do recommend that if you're going to have to buy things online, to go ahead and support them because it does go back into your community. Just this past July, they distributed over $1.8 million to eligible bookstores, which is great. And right now, Bookshop is working with close to 2,500 bookstores, and most of them are in the US. If you guys didn't know, also earlier this year, they started selling ebooks, which has contributed to a big increase of their profits, which is amazing. And they're also looking into expanding into the UK early next year. So pretty cool news.
Very cool. Okay, moving right along. Jimmy Fallon is reviving his book club. Did you know he had a book club?
I didn't even know he had a book club. I was just like, wait, what?
They've taken a year break, but he's bringing it back. It's called the Fallon Book Club, and they're inviting fans to help choose the book club's next pick. It initially launched in 2018 as a summer read club. It was rebranded in 2022. Do you have a feeling about celebrity book clubs? Do you like them? Do you not like them?
I'm okay because I think it pushes people to kind of go read more. So I kind of really appreciate the thoughtfulness. I just feel like a lot of times people are just jumping on a bandwagon because it's the cool thing to do. But I need to set that aside because it does bring in new readers into the world. So I have to be okay with that. But I just feel like sometimes it's a cash grab.
I mean, I think it is. I think it's really, I actually don't mind them either. I kind of feel the same way as you do. I think it's so interesting the ways in which the choices really reveal so much about the celebrity. Like Oprah, I always thought had some picks that I thought were a little problematic. Like she's made a lot of people famous that are truly damaging to our society.
Oh, yes.
But someone like Reese Witherspoon, I really have great respect for her. She is obviously a really voracious reader. I think she does a pretty good job of intentionally trying to find a various amount of genres, a super diverse author base. I don't know. It really made me have a deeper love for her.
No, I really appreciate it. And all of the picks that they have done. I haven't read a really bad Reese Witherspoon book pick.
Yeah.
And I think I really like her business model because what she's trying to do is a lot of them are very women-focused stories, which is pretty cool. But not only that, she's trying to find stories that are going to be resonating with readers or viewers, because then she's buying the rights to be able to kind of put them into
her production
company, which I think it's so smart. It's like you're trying to find these stories that otherwise maybe potentially wouldn't have made it through, and kind of giving them a platform and then giving them more visibility.
It's like a proof of concept. It's funny too because I also find if I'm stuck, I don't like every single book that she's chosen, but I do find that if I'm I don't really know what to read next, or I'm having trouble, or I'm in a slump, typically if I grab one of her books choices, it's at the very least it's going to be entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what they all have in common, is that they're going to be entertaining. And also I think it's that one, and then the other one that I also kind of gravitate towards is the Good Morning America book club as well. That's another one that I can always tell that it's going to be a good story.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Aisling Rawls' The Compound was a GMA book club book.
The Wedding People.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it's called, right? The Wedding
Yeah.
People. Yeah, that was also a Good Morning America.
Interesting.
And I think the Real Americans as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because we went in the Texas Book Conference last year. We went to a panel called The Chosen Ones that was all about the experience of being a celebrity book club pick and how that like significantly alters the course of a writer's like
Trajectory,
production. And
yeah.
it was really interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. The very last thing, I think this is going to be interesting. I think you're going to care about this. We've talked about this before, but Emerald Fennell, who is the director of Promising Young Woman and most recently Saltburn, announced that she would be adapting Emily Bronte's 1847 novel Wuthering Heights, and they just did a test screening, and people are upset.
I mean, I think that they have been dropping some pictures from set over the past few months, and some of the choices were kind of questionable in set design and costuming. So I'm not very surprised. I mean, but this director is kind of known for taking quite a bit of
Liberties.
risks.
Yeah.
And liberties. I think that's a better word. So, and I think she did say that this is going to be just an inspiration on Wuthering Heights. Like she's taking quite a bit of a step back from like having a real adaptation.
Yeah, because Margot Robbie, who plays Catherine Earnshaw, so like this baseline story of this is like it's about a family, about two rival families, the Earnshaws and the Lintons, and then the Earnshaws take in this like ward. His name is Heathcliff, and Heathcliff and Catherine, who's played by Margot Robbie, have this sort of love affair. But Catherine is like 18, 17 in the book, and Margot Robbie is playing her. And that's funny to me because Margot Robbie's in her 30s, but she's also had a bunch of articles who talks about how she like has in interviews kind of frequently lied about her age.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, like how she like would sort of muss the numbers, not significantly, but like she stayed 24 for a long time, which she's gorgeous. I'm not saying anything about that, but people are like, that is not a 17-year-old girl. And then Jacob Elordi, who plays Heathcliff, like Heathcliff is supposed to, they allude that Heathcliff is a person of color, or they like refer to him as like a gypsy or something like that, which would be, you know, problematic language, but what was used at the time. And they were like, this is a weird choice. And then it's also apparently like very sexually explicit.
But are we surprised?
No, well, it's so weird to me because Emerald Fennell was in. Have you ever watched Called Midwife on BBC?
Yes.
Oh, she was in the first seasons of
no
Called the
way.
Midwife. Yeah, she's like the really tall redhead nurse.
Yes.
That's Emerald Fennell. And so, like, when I saw Promising Young Woman, I was like, okay, this is like, it's in line with what the story is about. So I was like, cool. When I saw Saltburn, I was like, we are.
That's the one that I associate her with the most, which is very sexually
Anyway.
forward. So, I mean, explicit. Anyways, we'll see what happens.
We'll see.
This is one of those books that I have it in my bookcase and I still haven't read. And I'm pretty embarrassed of myself, the Wuthering Heights ones.
Oh, I haven't either.
Yeah, so I need to go read that.
I haven't either. Well, maybe we'll do a classics. I don't know.
Maybe.
We always say this every episode. We're like, maybe we'll do an episode on that. We won't. If you all are keeping track out there, we will do 1/4 of these, maybe.
But if you feel really strongly about it, let us know because that'll help us prioritize it.
Yeah, there you go.
Anything else around book news?
I think that's all we have.
All right.